So what is AR? AR is the word which is coming out as the buzzword today. And there are lots of technical definitions of what AR is. To make it very simple, AR is basically a layered information on top of live video, which can allow more data to be presented on a real world. But what does it mean in terms of very simple terms? What it means is that it is the next level of interactivity which can happen for the print and digital interaction. So the next around 9 slides or 10 slides, I'm going to talk about what we have done in Alive. Probably maybe 7-8 minutes is what I'm going to talk about the success of Alive that we have had, as well as under 8 minutes for a video which will talk about the possibilities of AR. Before I move into what Alive is, I want to give a background as to how did we reach onto this. For almost 1 year, we have been dabbling in the world of augmented reality, and we did some campaigns with brands which were fairly successful. But what we figured out was that there was a huge gap between awareness both at the consumer level and at the brand level. So the campaigns were happening, but there was no awareness. So we thought, if we have to succeed in the area of augmented reality, we need to first of all get the consumer to be aware about it and experience it. And at that point of time, almost 5 months back, we said, let's first of all do augmented reality for the content, or not necessarily for the brand solutions, but for the content. And that's how we thought about Alive. Let's make the newspaper come alive. And that was the whole thought process. Let's make Times of India come alive through this augmented application. When we started that whole process, we also found that one of the challenges is that we need to have this application then across all different OS systems, because the reader could be using any of the mobile phones. And that was the first challenge that we had. And that's a challenge we took up, and we succeeded in that. And Alive was launched as the world's first augmented reality browser across all the platforms. So it supports Android, Windows, iPhone, BlackBerry, Symbian, all of it. There is no other browser in the world on augmentation, including the biggest names, which have been successful in getting augmentation across all the OS. So to us, as I said, the challenge was starting from how do we get augmentation of content, how do we get newspaper come alive, and the success of that was through the content that we have. So we sourced content from all our group companies, from Times of India, from Zoom, from Times Now, from Tims, and created a compelling experience for the end user. Why should user even experience augmented reality? By giving him some exclusive footage of maybe celeb interviews, or at the same time maybe give him something about maybe a cricket match, maybe show him some unseen cuts from the movies which are happening. So give a compelling reason for the user to start. So our overall experience of Alive has been on the user first, on the content, before we moved into brand solutions. So how does Alive work? How does the augmentation work? If you are a reader of Times of India, you would see there are many stories which are marked with a logo of Alive. So what you need to do is just read the story, take out your phone, scan the image, and the augmentation will happen, and it will show you the relevant story live as a video. So the whole purpose was that if you are a user of Times of India, how do you follow the story beyond what you read in the newspaper? How do you get to see more about it? And that's what augmentation or Alive did for Times of India. Alive was launched just about 2 months back across all the major publications of Times of India, with integration with the editorial content. And in these 2 months, we have had phenomenal success. One is almost everyone seems to have noticed it. That's the first recognition of the application that we have done. We have had 4 lakh downloads, which is a big feat in terms of getting applications to download, because the first challenge we used to face in the past when we used to go to a brand is, do I need to download an application, and who will get the application downloaded? At least half the challenge now is done. For a marketeer, if he wants to run a campaign of augmentation, he can use Alive, and he has a ready base of users who can interact with it. In terms of usage, it's having phenomenal success. There are 1.3 crore scans happening every month. I think for application which is completely new, users have really welcomed the application. There's a huge traction that this application is generating. And we are doing almost 300 plus augmentations a month now. So there are 300 different stories that are getting augmented. In terms of user profile, as I said, the platform, it works across all the platforms. The majority of them obviously now are on Android, and the next two are iPhone and Symbian. So Symbian still is relevant. BlackBerry is 9% and Windows is around 3%. But the story is that we have users across the platforms and users are using it across all these platforms. So today, Alive, if you browse through the app stores, you would see among the top rated application on all of these platforms. What are the key features that Alive offers today? So today, when you scan an image, it allows you to see a video. So that's the first level of interaction that it allows. Second is it can also allow it to go to a link to a website or any other content microsite. So that's the second level of interaction. Third is you can also post that content or a link towards that on your social sites. And fourth is you can save it. You can, if you like a video, you want to see it later on, you could see that. So at a very basic level today, what we are doing is more about video augmentation. So what we have done is more about the beginning. It's just the beginning of what augmentation can do, but there is lots more which can happen. Augmentation can be used to explore from the area where we talked about the content is getting explored, is getting viewed, can be led into full commerce transactions. So we see huge possibilities of how augmentation can be used to generate commerce transactions, can be used to generate lots of leads, consumers showing interest in content and how can you upsell him the services. Location, we already get, obviously the application is currently GPS enabled, we get data from smartphones. Since it's a smartphone, so we get the GPS data from most of those. So there will be content and services which will come basis the location layer. I think what will also change this experience vastly in coming months is the 3D experience. How do you get the reality mixed with the virtual world? And that's what augmentation promises to do. It was going to merge the real world with the virtual world, and that's what 3D augmentation is going to do. And many more things which are going to happen. Coming back to the topic, why should marketer care about AR? If you look at it, any new technology normally will have some innovation, and which is what Alive does. Normally, new technology will get in some benefits of economics, digital campaigns, anywhere measurable. So fundamentally, these are things which Alive does, but I don't think Alive differentiates there. I think what differentiates Alive from any other technology today is the area of explore. It allows you to explore more. If you look at the traditional way of how content is being used, it's search. You search and then you figure out what has to be done. So first you need to search. The proposition of augmentation is, I think, on top of that search. It is, if you know what you have to sell, can you allow user to explore more? I think that's a huge opportunity. Exploring more, that's first part. And second is experience. You can get the customer to go through that experience because you can merge the virtual part with the real part. That's the experience that augmentation can deliver. And third is expansive. Augmentation can happen across all the mediums. So you could have augmented reality happening on your print advertising. You could have it on your packaging. So you could have it maybe on every can of your Pepsi, or you could have on the leaflets that you distribute at the retail outlets. So that's where it becomes very, very important as a tool that can emerge in the coming months and years. So what are the opportunities that marketers could have? I've just listed some of them. I feel the opportunities exist across industries, whether it's real estate, whether it's retail, entertainment. In all of those, I think augmentation can come up with new kind of mediums of innovation that can bring users through that experience and exploration that I was talking about. For example, for a real estate, if there's a real estate company which has just launched a project, they could just allow the consumer to do a walkthrough of the building which is yet to exist and show him how that building and that apartment is going to look like, which will allow the consumer to go through the exploration and that experience. For entertainment, it could be a similar one. Somebody wants to preview a movie, he could preview the movie, maybe buy tickets for the movie show. So on and so forth. For durables company, you could probably have a virtual showroom. So if you see a leaflet, you want to see how this product works, you just augmented it and it can show you the 3D dimensioning of that product. It can show you the video about that product. It can allow you to do an interactive mechanism where you can see how to use the product. So the marketer could use AR in any form depending on the industry they are. Opportunities exist in enormous forms. I'm going to talk about 2 case studies of what we have done so that I can explain exactly what it is for those who have not done augmentation till now. So this was the first case is about the content I kept on re-emphasizing. When we launched this Alive application in December, that was the same time when India versus Pakistan. So if you see, this case study talked about how content got augmented and it presented user with an interactive session where he could choose what to highlight to see the video, see the statistics of the match. And that was allowing the customer to explore the story that he saw in the Times of India and get more content around that. Second case study about what we have done with brands. So I am talking about 2 specific case studies. One is with the Good Food Life, where we did augmentation where the brand was interested to showcase various options that the cover story could have for Good Food Life. And similarly, we had an augmentation with BMW, which happened just 3 days back, and which was about showing the launch preview of BMW X1. Can we have the video, please? So this was an example again of video augmentation, but also how it was connected to Facebook and allowed user to connect to that. I'm through with the experience sharing on Alive. Before I close up, I would want to show you what do we see as possibilities of Alive in coming months. How does Alive come into new kind of scenarios that I talked about that the brands can use. So these are some creatives from across the globe which I wanted to share, and that's probably the last of it.
When you call for me, I'll be there for you. When you hear this song singing it all could be better.
This is an example of motion tracking that can enable commerce through Kinect.
thank you AdTech for giving me this opportunity. Okay, so I am a company called Gamehoos. It's a company which develops augmented reality applications for different companies worldwide. So we have recently completed around 70 applications in augmented reality for different brands. Ajay gave a very nice presentation, and I had a feeling, he'll be explaining a lot about AR. So thankfully, I didn't put anything about AR in my PPT. What I have put together is different success stories around the globe from different brands, and also how marketeers can use it to build their brand, and how they can, engage customers and do their brand activation and engage customers. Okay. So this is some future information about augmented reality, some research reports. So augmented reality is among the top 10 disruptive technologies of the future by Gartner report. Its market is going to be worth around $600 billion by 2016. More than 864 million mobile devices will be equipped with augmented reality by 2014. More than 103 million cars would have some form of AR technology embedded by 2020. And one day it is going to become an integral part of all our lives. So, every day we'll be using this in one way or another. So we have put together some AR poster boys across the world, which have done really a good job in using augmented reality for their campaigns. One is Moosejaw X-Ray. I guess you might have seen this. Moosejaw is a Canadian clothing brand, and they came up with a really wonderful app. They call it X-Ray app. So it's kind of dream come true for many guys. And what it does is you scan the model and you see the result there. So that's a really cool one. So you can see the goal was to increase time spent with catalog. And the result was X-Ray Vision AR enabled app. So outcome was 62% increase in sales over Black Friday weekend. Then 37% increase in same period sales. 33% increase in catalog sales. Around 2 million Twitter impressions. Around 0.5 million app demo video views. And 0.5 million downloads and still counting. It's an old figure. I'm sure it would have crossed few millions by now. And of course, after AdTech, definitely I'm sure everybody is going to download this. This is a different kind of campaign. The other one, Moosejaw, was a mobile-based campaign. This was a big screen campaign. So AR can be done in different ways, like Ajay also showed in his videos. Different kinds of campaigns are possible. So National Geographic did a wonderful campaign last year, and it got an award, Best AR Marketing Strategy Award, along with other awards at different AR events. Now, goal was to promote National Geographic HD channel, and outcome was huge media coverage, viral content, consumer interaction. What actually happened was there was a big screen installation in the mall, and people used to come and stand on that yellow color marker, and they were able to see some animals which are now alive, and some are which are extinct, like dinosaurs. So they could feel as if they are just standing next to them, and they could interact with them. The animals could jump, the animals could run, and there was raining, there were thunder. So consumers really liked it. The mall, there were different malls in which this was deployed. Different brands again replicated the same stuff, and you can see the YouTube videos has already crossed 2.8 lakh. This is just one of the videos, and there are lots of videos of the same campaign and lakhs of views for each of the videos. Then this is another type of AR, which is like in-store installation of AR. So Lego did a wonderful job in this, and they had installed this small screen kiosk where kids or anybody who has you visit the store, you carry the box of toy and bring it in front of the screen, and you could see the 3D of the toy. So Lego boxes are normally, they consist of small blocks. So you can actually see what will be the final output of this Lego. This is another thing which is very popular on internet. Most of you might be having this on your phones. Layer. Layer is world's most popular AR browser. AR browser, it means that any developer he can go log into this platform and create their own AR applications. We ourselves have created a lot of applications on Layer, and it's been really successful. And the best part about Layer is that it is already installed on 30 million phones worldwide. Plus, there are, I mean, this is just the number of downloads on App Store. I'm not counting the number which comes through preloading of the apps. So it's already preloaded on Samsung, Huawei, and HTC phones worldwide. So there are, as far as I know, it has already crossed a billion download mark, because billion users mark, because there are lots of preloaded phones as well. Now around 1 to 2 million users in India, 30 to 35,000 downloads per month happen in India, and this is happening not because lots of AR campaigns are going on in India. This is just happening because of the popularity of this AR platform. People are really interested in using it. So once Indian marketeers start using this kind of technology, definitely the downloads are going to increase. And brands in India, brands like Ford, Intel, Maruti, and ICICI, these brands have already used Layer, and many of them are still planning to use it. Other big brands like Philips, Discovery, Nissan, Playboy, these have used them in other countries. This is another example of a successful AR usage. So IKEA, one of the world's biggest furniture manufacturers, they came up with a 2013 catalog, which is AR enabled. So you scan the you scan the pictures in the catalog, and you see the actual products 3D. You can then take that 3D and place it in your house, and you can see as if it's actually there in your room. So you can make the purchase decision there, and you can buy it directly from there. This is a campaign which was done by us last year for Ford Fiesta. This was a really successful campaign, and it eventually became the world's biggest augmented reality campaign using Layer. So it had 4 to 5 million readers, as it was across around 10 newspapers in India. Ads for around 9 newspapers. Then AR-enabled brochures in 230 dealerships, and 30,000 views. This was another one you guys might have seen this if you were in Auto Expo 2012. Here Mahindra had displayed their new launch XUV, which is a very popular vehicle right now, and people were able to see a cheetah on the screen. They could interact with it, and it really got a very good response on YouTube, Facebook, and it became viral. I mean, till today, many customers come to us and they say, "Yaar, hame to, XUV jaisa kuch karna hai." So you tell us what can we do? So that's a really good success story here. These are the two apps. One is what Ajay showed. So Alive by Times of India and AR Plus by Hindustan Times. So these are again newspaper poster boys of AR in India. So these two newspapers have come up with their own AR browsers, and I'm definitely, they are doing very well, and I wish them all success. Now coming to the point why marketeers should care about augmented reality. So AR basically drives brand management. It's a superb tool for brand activation in malls. Then it complements your overall marketing strategy. Creates an excitement among customers, because people are really excited to use these kind of products. It feels like magic. You scan a picture, you see some video, you see some 3D, some cool animation happening. It's a magical thing, and people like to talk about it. It's fun and engaging. It has higher chances of becoming viral compared to any other medium. Highly effective in creating buzz around a brand. Reflects the inclination of a brand towards technology. And the best part is you get lots of media coverage. It's a free media coverage. Nowadays, the ads are very expensive. If you go to a newspaper or a television, you want to give your ads, it's really expensive. But here you get free marketing, because media covers these kind of innovative campaigns a lot. So the day you are doing this kind of campaign, it's possibility within 1 week you are, you are famous in all the newspapers. It's also a sales driver like we saw in IKEA. Okay, so I hope all of you are convinced that AR is an interesting opportunity for marketeers. But how should I go about it? So there are a few questions you need to answer first. I mean, as a marketer, this is the first question. What do I want to achieve? And what are your goals? Why do you want to use AR? What is it that finally you want from this? Is it increase of brand awareness? Is it brand activation? Is it increase of sale that you are looking for? Is it viral marketing? Or is it that you want to distribute some offers or coupons? Or you want to create a buzz, or maybe it's just a marketing gimmick you want to do. So you first need to decide what you want to do there. Then the next question is, what do I want to offer to the users? What I meant is content. So do you want him to collect some virtual items? Let's say I go in a mall and I see posters all around, and the instructions say that download this app and scan this poster with this app, and then you get some points. Then you scan another poster and you get more points. Maybe a treasure hunt kind of thing. So do you want that and offer him a discount when buying a product? Or do you want him to enjoy some additional digital content like videos? Like in case of Alive, it's a wonderful medium to show content to the users. Or animated 3D models where scanning a brochure or a magazine with his webcam or mobile device. Then the next question is, what's my reach or what's my target market? So first question is, who are my users or customers? Whether they are kids, teenagers, adults or elderly. So depending on, let's say their age group, you will be able to decide which medium to go for. I mean, whether you want to go for mobile, whether you want to go for a mall-based activity, whether you want to go for an online activity or a Facebook app. So this is going to help you out there. Then which is the best place to engage my users, whether it's a mall, website, the same thing what I said. Are my users gadget savvy? If they are not, then you should not look for a mobile app. You should look for something like a mall-based activity. Or maybe if they sometimes use internet, then it's an online activity. A browser-based AR thing is something you should use. Which medium is best for my AR campaign? Now, for kids, you will not give an advertisement in newspaper, right? So you might advertise on TV rather than giving an AR campaign in newspaper. You go for the TV. Maybe it's a comics you might tie up with, right? So this is another question that you need to answer. Is this the right tactic and the right timing? By right tactic, what I meant is that whether you should go for a long-term campaign or you should go for a one-off campaign. So, for example, if you go with a AR browser, do you want to just, let's say it's a product launch and you just want a 1 day of ad and people scan it and that's it? Is that enough for you? Or do you want users to get engaged again and again, and every 10 days you give some content, every 10 days you you offer them some coupons, some deals through your AR app? So that is something you have to answer. Then is it the right timing? For example, I have given 2 examples here. So a cosmetic brand might benefit more from an AR campaign in the 4th quarter, where in-store holiday sales are there. And similarly, a car maker will achieve a better ROI if they go for a platform rather than a one-off campaign, because car makers are launching cars every few months. So why not have their own platform where they launch multiple campaigns, maybe one campaign every month or on every launch, or maybe every fortnight, and then they tap in more users and they get more interesting stuff on the apps. That's how they can benefit. Then which technology is suited best for my campaign? I mean, there are lots of technologies. If I talk about technologies, there are more than 20 different technologies, different tools, different programming languages, or as a marketer, you might get confused which one to choose now for this campaign. So this is something, a very big question. First question is again whether it should be a mobile campaign, web campaign, or a big screen campaign. Then there are different types of AR like Ajay showed, GPS, marker, QR code, image tracking, face tracking or motion tracking. Now these are very confusing questions. Now who can help you out in these kind of confusion? So you can either get in touch with an AR development company or an AR agency like ours. So what we suggest is that if you are contacting an AR agency, involve them from the ideation stage, rather than ideating on your own first and then going to them with all the storyboards and just throwing the stuff that we want this. Instead of that, you get in touch with them during the ideation. They can definitely help you out in planning the activity, in storyboarding the activity, and helping you answer all the questions that I just showed. Then there are some points or tips for the success of an AR campaign. First is the continuous engagement. Now it is more effective than one-time engagement rather than a one-time ad which you see in a newspaper. So you should actually engage the user and throw more and more content every few days, every few weeks. So that users, first of all, it's very difficult to get the user download the app. Now if you just throw one content in 1 year, and so it's a possibility after 10 days the users will uninstall that. So the whole investment that you did might be wasted. So it's better that you do a continuous engagement. Then continuous engagement also creates excitement and curiosity among the users for the things to come in future. For example, I take the example of Alive. One of my friends was telling that he uses Alive a lot, and I said, why do you use it? Why didn't you uninstall it? It's just videos, why don't you uninstall it? You can watch it on YouTube. He said, no, every day those guys are showing me some interesting content. So every day I wait for the newspaper to come and to scan the, I wait for newspaper to come, and I'm always looking for interesting content. It's really a cool way to get it. Of course, it powers word of mouth publicity. It also fuels viral marketing on social networks. So the first step, if you guys are really convinced, the first step is you should check whether augmented reality is feasible for your brand. Not every brand can use this. Of course, there are workarounds, but definitely you should ask this first, whether it's feasible for your brand, whether it complements your current brand or marketing goals, and then what is the content you are going to throw. So you need to choose the right content, whether it's videos, 3D, animation or information, or whether it's rewards, coupons or points, and what kind of information will drive the sales of product or brand. So these are the, of course, I'm not sure whether the PPT is boring, but this is something all the marketers have to answer this question before investing some money or some effort in their AR marketing. So, for example, in a car, let's say it's a car advertisement. So, what will people like? If I have to answer that question, it's the exteriors and also the interiors of the car which matter the most to the users. Of course, cost matters, but while making a decision, a user sees the exteriors of the car, the looks of the car, and also the interiors of the car. So, if we can somehow give this experience to the user via our mobile apps or online apps, where he can see the exteriors, a 3D of the car, he can rotate it, he can touch, open the doors, the boot. It's really exciting for him. If you show him the interiors of the car, where a person holds the phone and moves up and down, and then he sees the interiors of the car. Okay, so you should try it before you buy. It's a significant investment going into AR. So it's better you try out with a already popular app and add your campaign into that, rather than going for your own app. Just use some already existing app in the market and then try it out. There are some examples like Layer, Junaio, Wikitude, ScanAR. So these are the ones you can use. Of course, cost versus engagement you have to check whether it's really beneficial for you. Okay. Then the last thing is you should keep it simple and make sure it works. Yeah. Thanks a lot.